Hello farmers, I got some good news and I got some bad news. The good news, 2 new DLCs have come to Farmers Dynasty. The bad news, PC only. For now, I would think, I would hope, maybe, I don't know, to hold me to it, but I'm just going to show you what is in the two new DLCs here for PC only. So let's get right to it. The 2 new DLCs, one is called the Machines Pack, the other one's called the Potato and Beets Pack. Right now, as far as I saw, it's 20% off on both DLCs. The Machines Pack is going for $2.39 US dollars, $2.39. The beetroot, or I should say potatoes and beet harvest DLC pack is going for $7.19. Get them both for $9.58 US dollars. Yeah, you can find that right on Steam. Let's get to it. What is in? Let's go with the Machine Pack first. So the first thing on the list they say is the Gecko Strong 09, which is this machine right here. I went on down to the store, and I'll show you where I bought them here in all just a second. This machine cost me $79,000. Now just remember, these are the prices I bought as for today. Don't forget, in Farmers Dynasty, prices do fluctuate, so you can see them better or for worse. I didn't use social points. I'm just telling you what the price is. $79,000 right there. The horsepower is 102 horsepower, 100-liter fuel tank. There is your Gecko Strong 09. The next thing on the list they have is the Flegel DK 110-88, and that is this thing right here. I think it's kind of like the same trailer we have in Lumberjack Dynasty, I would assume. The capacity for that is 11,000 kilograms, and that cost me $21,000. We got these right over here, and I'm trying to remember. I don't remember how much these held because I don't use these too often. But yeah, you can. From what they said, you can hitch them up in tandem like you can with those. So I guess you have 3 trailers right in a row, I would say. I have not tried it, but don't hold me to it. I'm just going by what I'm reading here. That's all. The Born Special 281. It is this thing right here. Wonderful little tractor. This one, yeah, this one I did not have to buy. It was at the farm. It was actually right over there down by the fireplace. So if you know where I ended my episodes on a day on the farm, right there is where you can find it. Not at a store. It's I guess it's just free. But there is the Born Special 281. Let's move on to the Cramper Big Body 900. It says a huge trailer, which it is. Where is that on my list here where I bought it here? So I paid $18,500 for that. And I think the capacity on that was, oh crap, I didn't write it down. 28,000, I believe, is the capacity in that. We can kind of look at it here in a while. But that, to me, yeah, it's a big trailer, but it's not the biggest trailer in the game. The biggest trailer is the one we own, which holds 32,000 kilograms. Don't hold me on this, but I think it said 28,000. For some reason, I didn't write it down because I'm excited and I'm an idiot, and welcome to the channel. So let's go on to the Amazon D9 6000. A new seed drill to the game right here. Looks lovely. Where is that price on there? That cost me $55,766. There is something interesting with this, and I'm going to get to that in just a minute, because when I was driving it back, I thought of something, and my thought process was correct. But we'll get back to that in just a second. So that covers the Machine Pack DLC. All these machines here, you can get down, and let me scroll on the map. All these were down here at, where are we here? Where am I? At this store right here, this vehicle store, way down south. So travel to this bus station, you can get all those right on down there. So on to the Potato and Beets Pack. So here is the, as you can see, the beet harvester. And that did cost me $104,500. That is for, well, the beets, as you would expect. Right here is the planter for it, and this is just called the Beets Planter. And the Beets Planter, where is that? The Beets Cedar cost me $58,000. This one right here does fold up, so it may look awfully wide, but it does fold, and that's kind of key. Both of these machines right here, you can get down at the same store I just showed you for all of the Machines Pack equipment is. As we move on, and I'm jumping over things, this is your potato harvester right here. And the potato harvester, where is that on my list? That cost $81,500. So that's your potato harvester, and that is a trail behind on a tractor. Do not use the Gecko Strong 09 to haul this. I'm not saying you can't do it, but it does make the front end awfully light. I didn't do it under power, meaning I didn't turn on the harvester to know how the Gecko 09 does, but I would recommend right now, just driving it from the store to here, the front end was awfully light on the steering. Here is your potato Cedar, and that cost $70,000 for that. Now, the potato stuff you can get over here in Old Wheatford at this store. That's where I got them at. So there's the new machines, where you can buy them and how much they cost as is. But remember, like I said, prices do fluctuate in Farmers Dynasty, so be aware of that. Where do you sell the beets and the potatoes? Well, at the same store we sell everything else at. And you can see the current prices that I have here. Yeah, right now the potatoes are going for $5.17. Beets are going for $4.25. You cannot sell them down here at Old Mill Hill. That's still just wheat and barley. I did have a quick look around the map just to see if there's any other agricultural store, which I would have loved to seen, but nope, nothing there. So what else is in the DLCs? It just says warehouse for potatoes and beets. I'll show you that in a second. The agricultural market allows you to sell and harvest. It has fluctuating prices, as we know. You buy the seeds for the potato and beets at the agricultural store like you buy all the other seeds, same spot. And it says KI staff helps with planting and harvesting new vegetables. I did hire workers to go ahead and plant those I didn't want to spend the time planting right now because I was driving back and forth all the vehicles, so I just let 2 workers go ahead and plant the fields. We're going to go over there and look at those right now to see what they look like. Just be aware, your beehives are fine, but all my flowers that I had here, all my flowers are gone because this is the new storage area for... Wow, that looks kind of... Are those supposed to be potatoes? No, those are potatoes. I guess those are the beets. They look beat up. Either way, yeah, beet disposal. It does hold 120,000 capacity, which is really good. And the potatoes will hold 120,000. This will be in your game whether you have the DLC or not. I tried loading up the game because I was kind of curious. I loaded up the game. This was here without the DLCs on. And I thought, well, wait a minute. Can I hire workers to plant potatoes and beets? No, you cannot. And it doesn't show at the agricultural market either. So if you don't have the DLC, you're going to see this machine or silo, if you want to call it, sitting here either way. So be aware of that. It's going to be there. So let's head on over to the fields. I planted, well, I hired 2 workers to plant while I was hauling everything around to save me some time. But if we come over here, let's see how it looks. This is potatoes? Yeah, potatoes. Alright, so it looks fine. Looks like what you would think. And I guess we'll run on down here and see what the beet field looks like. It's probably going to look the same way. I really don't care about fertilizing and all that. We're just here to look at the crops and give everything a good go. I just picked 2 small fields so we can have a go at it. And unfortunately, I probably should have picked 2 fields that were close to one another, but I wanted 2 small fields so the workers can get done really quick. So, yep, 100% beets. I'm just curious because I wanted to see if it was going to leave, how it was going to plant, but it's nice and smooth, so no issues there. Let's head on back to the tractors, I hope, if I can find one of my machines here. Alright, so let's grab the Gecko Strong 09. So the first thing I will show you is, let's grab the Beet Cedar, or Planter. And that was a terrible job backing up. Yep, playing with the keyboard again. Not a steering wheel. Let's attach that. So yeah, the Beet Planter, as you can see, it says F full Beet Cedar, which is great. Going down the road makes it so much better. And I've already bought the seeds for this, so this will back in nicely. Press enter, and of course the only thing that lights up is beets for seeding. So there we go. Yeah, it holds 1,200 kilograms of beets. Let's go ahead and unfold it. And just for a test here, we're going to come over here. And lower. And wrong button. That's the wrong game. Yours, yeah, I know. Hasn't been plowed. Plow and cultivate your fields first. So there we go. Yep, we are seeding some beets. Looks fine, and look at the width of it. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and just drop that off. Yeah, so even when we plant, it's nice and smooth. So it's not going to leave in other farming games like it'll leave furrows and stuff like that. At least with a potato harvester planter. Let's see what the potato planter does. Now you can see the potato planter is not as wide. Let's hitch that up. So this one does not fold or anything because, well, the width is not that bad. You might see where I'm going with this with the other seed drill that I was kind of pointing out earlier. Can you figure out the problem yet? Can you figure out the problem? Alright, let's just go in here and... Okay, so this does work. For the magazine, the only thing that lights up are the potatoes. The only thing you put in here is potatoes. And that does hold 1,200 kilograms as well. Alright, let's lower that down. So you can see that planting nicely. Okay, so when I planted the potatoes, you can see the furrows in the ground. Nice. I do like that. That's pretty good. That is pretty darn good. Alright, so that's the potato seed drill. So now the other drill that I showed you earlier that's in the machine pack. This is obviously now the biggest drill in the game. And one thing I haven't done myself is I haven't compared it to the other big one. Or the one that used to be the big one. Where do I got that part? It's right over here. So how is it in the comparison? It looks like it's just two of these stacked side by side, right? Kind of. I mean, not quite. So, I mean, you can kind of get a size reference right there. We're pretty darn close. So I'd say it's, what, 40% bigger than the other one, which is good. But now the situation, and you may have figured out already because I showed you the other ones, as you can see, the upper left-hand corner, it does not give me an option to fold the seed drill. And I tried hitting the same button as it gives me the option for folding the beet planter. F to fold. I tried hitting that. I said, maybe it's just not up there. F to fold. No, it's not up there. No way to fold this thing. And now we got to field the drill. Yeah. Someone want to tell me how to get in there. Now, I did finally, I tried it a little while ago. Tried to get it in here, and I mean, if you angle it just right, you can get in there. Then I couldn't get out. I had to call a tow truck. Oh, wait, if I angle it just right there. Okay, so if you angle it like, okay, there's a way in. Maybe. So if you angle in like this, there we go. Now we can get in there. Wheat. That's plenty of wheat. How much can go in there? So this drill will hold 1,620 kilograms of wheat. All right, so you just can't back in straight. You got to back in at an angle, and you're good to go. Just be aware, though, that this is not fold, meaning, hang on a second, because one thing I have not tried, and I think it's going to be a problem. I shouldn't say a problem, but an issue. So, like, if you want to go to the fields across the way, hopefully there's no traffic coming. This is it going to go? Is it going to hop over the bridge? Yeah, so you can't go across the bridge. So I guess you can just find your way across the riverbanks and whatnot. And that's all fine and good. So yeah, so you can fill up the drill. Just got to go in at an angle. I was in a rush and a hurry to get everything up here, and I tried to quickly to back in like you normally would. So yeah, just go at an angle. You should be fine. Not that big of an issue. But let's go ahead and we will lower this down. So a much bigger drill. Yeah, so it's still, yeah, it's not a, it's not going to cultivate before it plants in the field. So you can see this field right here, I got 5% wheat, and it has not been cultivated. So it's not a cultivator and drill. Alright, so with that all kind of covered right there, we got one more thing to do. And that is, one, advance time until all the crops are ready. And I'm going to hook it up to this tractor right here, just to show you that, yeah, you can see the speed. Let me put in CV2 times 2. It takes a little while to get going, and once you get going, yeah, the front end is just a little bit light. I can imagine once this starts getting crop in it, you got to be a little bit careful about it. You're harvesting a unique crop, you will not gain anything. What? As far as I know, the machine's not on, so... The crops are spilling on the ground. You transfer them into a silo, or... I have no idea why that's all coming up. Have no idea. Anyways, I'm going to advance time till these crops are ready. And maybe I'm not going to use this tractor for the potato harvester because already it's being a little bit of an issue. So also just a little bit of a test. We planted these on April 26th. I slept 1 week and already the potatoes are peeking to the ground. Let's go ahead and take a little trip on down to the beet field to see how those are looking. So after 1 week, the crops do show on up. So the question is, are they going to take 2 months to be ready for harvest? That is going to be the question. And I don't know how they're going to yield yet, but we can do all that kind of testing later. Right now I'm just trying to show off the new stuff and the new crops. So yeah, the beets have grown as well. Just have a quick look at these. And that's what they look like. So I'll bring it back once they have grown a little bit more, and we'll have a look at them then and just keep on going. 31st of May, so a month after planting. And you can see the potatoes are starting to show some flowers and the crops have grown a bit. No, that's the wrong button. And if I come here, it just says potatoes 100% sown. Yeah, they're not quite ready. Let's go ahead and jump over to our FV tractor. And you can see the beets are, well, yeah, they have grown, but that's where they are after 1 month. All right, let's sleep another month. Well, in my favorite tractor, which is the FV in the game anyways, enable disable loading, start harvesting. All right, so it lowers. So I'm kind of curious. Enable disable the loading conveyor. I don't really need that. So I'm trying to see how this is going to harvest, because with crop destruction being as it is, so it looks like, am I destroying the crops or not? I mean, it kind of shows the potatoes going in at a rapid rate. Harvest speed with this tractor, let me put in, so let's see, 16, 18. I'm trying to see, so my tractor is not actually doing any destruction on these crops. I will say this, look how fast the harvester is filling up. And this field does not have any fertilizer on it at all. And it's already half full, so this can hold 6,000 kilograms. So it doesn't really look like your tractor hurts the potatoes at all, which is rather interesting. I know I'm not doing this the correct way, but we're just testing some things out. So I'm just curious if I were to, if I drop that off and I go around on my tractor, yeah, I'm not hurting the crop at all here. Not hurting the crop at all. Alright, so I know I don't need the FV tractor for the beets, but if I were to take the tractor into the beet field, am I going to hurt the crops then? Alright, so also now that I'm in the beet field, driving over, I'm not hurting the crops at all. So that is rather interesting. Alright, so I do have another thought. I'll bring it back in just a second. So you can unload the potato harvester into the Crampy trailer. I was kind of curious about that, to see if it actually would fit in there. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but it may actually hold more than the 28,000. Yeah, it might hold more than that, so it might hold as much as the other trailer does as well. So yeah, you definitely got to get the belt awfully close to the trailer to get it all in there. If you're on uneven land, it could be more of a problem, but it will work. I can't get out of the tractor now, but that's all fine. Oh, make sure you turn the belt off too. That would be helpful. So the weird thing is, I'm going over the field. The key on the upper left-hand corner says start harvesting, and I'm already harvesting. Alright, but that is a potato harvesting. We will definitely be covering that in my Let's Play in the very near future. Alright, so, no, that's the wrong button. On to the beet harvest, right? That's what we're kind of here for. The one thing I do want to check on out, and this thing's top speed is 20. No, that's the wrong button. Fuel is fine, but I do want to see if we can go ahead and paint this thing. I hope we can. Like I said before, I don't mind the color green, but not this kind of color green. Alright, enter. Let's go ahead and just... Oh yeah, it's changing colors. There we go. Why not? Alright, let's head on down and harvest some beets. Alright, let's turn on the Reaper. So when you turn it on, that's when it lowers the head. And actually, it looks like the harvesting width might be a little bit wider than the header itself, which is, I'm okay with that. How are we filling up? Wow, we're filling up awfully fast. Really, really fast. So, yeah, like root crops always do, you get one heck of a yield off it. So these can be very profitable. Could this actually surpass canola? I mean, this field does have one stage of fertilization on it, though, and it's been plowed and cultivated, so... Yeah, it's bringing in a lot. So one thing I can tell you for this, for sure, the silo, if you want to call it that, back at the farm where it holds 120,000 liters, this is just a 1 hectare size field, and I've only harvested 10% of it, and I've already got over 10,000 kilograms. So this field alone right here would definitely fill up the silo back at the farm. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. But the good news is, I don't think there's any crop destruction on the root crop, which is good. And I showed you all the equipment. Looks like it's all paintable. Unfold the loading conveyor if I lower that. That seems kind of low. But I'm hoping it can go into the big trailers, because that's going to be a lot of crop. But anyways, I'm trying to make this video as quick as I can. And like always, it's probably going to be like 20 minutes long at least. But there are your 2 new DLCs for PC only. If you have any comments, questions, leave them below. I don't know if I'll have answers for some of the questions, because it's my first look at it as well. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you next time right here in Farmer's Dynasty. But until then, have a good one. I always pick out really good colors.